Hi Aquarius, I hope you're doing well. This is going to be your June reading, and this particular reading is going to have two parts. The first one, astrological, because eclipses are coming up and I really want to talk about that today. And the second part is going to be tarot. Like always, we're gonna see what June can bring us, regarding eclipses and just generally. So the first part of the reading, guys, I would advise to watch if you are Aquarius rising, okay? Sun in Aquarius, of course, can take something out of it, can leave something out of it. It's up to you, but I would say it's the most accurate for Aquarius rising. So, Aquarius, the first eclipse, lunar eclipse on June 5th in Sagittarius is going to be happening in your 11th house. So this is the time to end something. This is culmination, right? And I would say this is a pretty exciting time for you because 11th house is a house of results. It is a house of gains, right? What you have been putting effort in, and now you can finally see results. So that can be really big. It can be on a very large scale. For example, in your career, if you've been working hard for a long time, and it could be 2 years, 5 years, guys, 8 years, a long time. If you've been trying to work on something very diligently, now with the lunar eclipse, you no longer have to come back to it, right? So something is completing in that area of life. On the very simple, like the lowest manifestation kind of, this could suggest a friendship ending, right? Maybe you realizing that you kind of grew apart and you no longer should be friends. Also, social circles, groups, if you're a member of a club, if you're a member of a group, the larger the more significant. This could be you reevaluating your part in this group. Do you actually still belong to it on the emotional level, right? Not just on like a physical level. Or maybe it's time to change the group, or maybe it's time to shift and seek something new, seek something that's that resonates with you more. A lunar eclipse could raise those questions. But again, just because it is a house of our future goals, it's a house of our hopes and wishes and results from our labor, fruits of our labor. If you've been working hard on something, I do believe you could see a result. Despite of Mars being kind of aggressive on June 5th and making a T-square to the eclipse, which, yes, to, for example, end that friendship or to no longer be a member of a group, it can be a little bit challenging at first, but Mars is there to help us release. If you're completing a project, or if you're really trying to get recognized for your efforts in your career, yes, the first 2 weeks can still be a little bit challenging in that regard, but still you will be able to overcome it. You will be able to complete everything and have success in this venture, okay? So yes, it's not going to be smooth sailing, right? It could be maybe challenging aspects coming to you from other people, maybe people disagreeing with you, you feeling kind of misunderstood at first. However, just know that it's all done for your own good. And also, I would advise not to get in arguments, not to get in any fights around the lunar eclipse, because everything that happens during lunar eclipse is really hard to reestablish later. So if there is a relationship coming to an end, or if just let it go, right? Or if you don't want a relationship to end, you don't want to get in fights, try to keep your sanity, okay? Try not to argue, because if you do end up breaking up this relationship, it's going to be very hard to kind of put it back together later, okay? Now, the second eclipse that I would like to talk about, it's a solar eclipse, so something new will be coming into our lives in the sign of Cancer on June 21st in your 6th house. So this could be a new routine that comes into your life. And if you've been working in a company, for example, if you've been working with a group of people, if you have colleagues, this could be some kind of a new task, a new project, a new routine that can come around. But it's more of a positive influence. It's something exciting coming into your life. It's something that you would enjoy working on. It's not like a new burden coming, you know what I mean? It is something that you are able to enjoy, to use in your life. Also, it could be maybe a new treatment. For example, if you have some health concerns, some health issues, could be a new doctor, a new clinic, a new kind of treatment coming. Could be a new diet as well. sorry. Could be a new diet, could be a new workout routine, could be also a new pet, since the sixth house does rule pets. And usually when you do get a pet around this time, it's somebody like you know, this pet is becoming like a family member to you. It is somebody very significant, you know. It's not just one of your cats, one of your dogs, I don't know. This is like a pet, like a family member. So that's what eclipses could bring, especially to Aquarius rising. But let's check out with tarot, you know, from tarot perspective, what June can bring, what eclipses can bring to you. And this reading is for everyone: Aquarius sun, Aquarius rising, Aquarius moon, Venus, whatever you would like. So Aquarius, what can Aquarius expect to happen in June 2020? What can Aquarius expect to happen in June 2020? Well, there is definitely, wow, beautiful. It's definitely walking away and taking a risk. So we do have Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So despite that the Hermit is your first card in the reading, which, you know, the Hermit is kind of peace and quiet, going within, or maybe building up to making a final decision, building up to some kind of culmination, right? Could be that as well. But with Five of Wands here, the month promises to be hectic. The month promises to be really competitive almost. You know, you may have to really prove yourself before, for example, that lunar eclipse in your 11th house, before that recognition that you might receive, or before those goals will be finally coming to fruition. You may have to prove yourself in front of someone, in front of authorities possibly. You may have to maybe readjust something, or you may have to kind of close your eyes to competition that might be happening around that area. But it is a hectic month. Five of Wands is here. So with the first card, the Hermit, you know, the Hermit could be going within and really thinking, really trying to make rational, wise decisions. And also, it's good to see the Hermit here, because that means you will be taking a wise approach towards everything that's happening. You know, some people can really become impulsive during these eclipses, and especially with Mars. Mars will be triggering both eclipses, you know, but on the other hand, it's kind of good because, you know, it just adds more vitality, more energy. So with the Hermit here, you could be really, instead of acting impulsively in kind of an immature way, you could hold back, you could rationalize every move you make, every decision, every word you say, right? Again, sorry. So you can make right decisions, right? So you can make right choices. It's a very mature approach, guys. I like it. Why is the Hermit here? I mean, do I really need to interpret? You're completing, wow, oh, I really enjoy this spread. Guys, if you tell me that this is not completion of some kind, successful completion, recognition, reason to celebrate, I don't know how else to interpret this. The world is here. The world is an indication of cycle coming to a full circle. So something after June is no longer going to be in your life, right? Something there is going to complete, something there is going to kind of move away, so something new can come in. And we are actually going to have another eclipse, but solar eclipse in your 11th house in December. So this is when a new group, new wonderful group can come in, a new friend can come in, new mentor can come in, new goal is going to be reached, right? But here we go. And if it's financial, if it's career goal, that's even better, because there is some kind of a shift happening here, maybe almost like in your status in some way. And with Three of Cups, it is a reason to celebrate. And you are taking, like I said, a wise, rational approach towards these decisions, towards these shifts. You understand that maybe not everything can be done in a snap of a finger. That you have to really take your time, you know, that you have to be patient, and you're willing to wait here, and you're willing to play by the rules of the universe, because you know that the outcome is going to be very pleasant here. And now towards the middle of the month, here you go, Eight of Cups. You know, Eight of Cups could be, again, you walking away from old patterns. You may be walking away from a goal that is no longer really a goal to you. You know, it could be maybe something that you wanted a long time ago, but now you changed your mind. You know, you're you're a new person now, you are more mature, maybe, you know, it's been a couple years, you know, our shifts are, our perspectives change, right? They shift. So maybe you kind of want to leave something behind that no longer serves you. Again, this could be walking away possibly from a friendship, from a group, maybe from even a workplace if it doesn't serve you anymore. So why is Eight of Cups here? And also I would say that there could be, for example, if you're trying to sell something, if you're trying to purchase something, even though Venus is still going to be retrograde, but I do believe that you could achieve something here in the financial front. You know, you could maybe sell a property or sell something, a car, for example. You could purchase, you know, there could be some money coming to you that maybe has been owed to you here. So with Eight of Cups here, we do have Seven of Cups, we do have Two of Wands, looking out into the future, considering new options. Yes, you're definitely detaching from the old here, definitely, you know, and maybe it's not going to happen in a matter of just 3-4 weeks. You know, the eclipses will be influencing your life for the next 6 months, so it could happen sometime then, or until December. But there is definitely a new approach here. There's definitely some future goals. Two of Wands, looking out into the future. Yeah, you can still decide whether or not you're staying with the old or moving with the new, but you are not staying with the old. You do have Eight of Cups there, you know what I mean? And with Seven of Cups, yes, this could be a lot of energy. This could be a lot of emotions, like emotional roller coasters, you know. It could be trying to figure things out and maybe looking at all these new options, trying to choose the best one, setting new goals. You know, if I were to call this reading anything, I would say it's something about setting goals, setting new goals here. Wonderful. And as you're walking away, like I said, you're entering something new, but you're not just entering something new, you are taking a leap of faith. You are jumping into this new cycle. And it's interesting how the old story is ending here, right? With the world. This is the last card in tarot, you know, last card in the tarot deck. And this is the first card in tarot. So you're starting, it's like a rebirth in a way, you know, but without too many challenges. It's not necessarily like death rebirth. You know, it's more like I'm completing this chapter, I'm starting a new one very gradually. And the Fool here is taking risks, maybe feeling almost like rejuvenated in a way. You know, maybe you're going to get recognized this month, so your next steps are going to be more confident. You'll be able to take more risks with life, you know. So, oh gosh, okay. And it's something that you've waited for a very long time. The Moon, the Hanged Man, something that you really, maybe something was dark and uncertain to you. Also, we've got Judgment at the bottom of here. Final decisions, or maybe big epiphanies, big wake-up calls, or just big changes. The Moon here, something was in the dark, something you were unaware of, and that's why you had to wait. You couldn't have that green light yet, you know what I mean? You had to wait for something in the dark. But here you are, you're receiving your Sun card, guys. So something becomes lit, right? Something is in the spotlight now. It makes sense now. You can move forward now. I mean, I don't know what else to say here. It's just major shifts and epiphanies and new steps and new goals and clearing of some kind of an old chapter, starting a new one. No stress whatsoever, just goals, motivation, knowing what you're doing. Beautiful spread, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.